Hey, how's it going? I'm gonna read you some cards, and then, but first, please look at some signs. Just trying to presuppose anything I might say unfortunate. Okay, hello there. I think I need just a little bit more light from you. I know it's gonna fall. Just hang out for a minute though. So I pulled two cards, and the first one I pulled was from the Shaman's Dream Oracle deck. And it is the number 48 card, Sky Dancer. And the subtitle is Surrender. And as you can see, the bugs there, insectoids, are sky dancing in apparent ecstasy around that globe radiating the friendly orangey yellow light. And so, hold that thought. And then the second card I pulled was from the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit deck. And it is the, cool it, Spider card. And the icon at the top there, that inverted triangle with the line there, indicates earth element. And so I guess I'll not start with this one. Whoops, almost did. Oh, put on the brakes. Okay, it's not like that. It's not that like an emergency like that. But so the Sky Dancer card. Oh, I'm going with full impression here. Like, instead of using the guidebook, but I still might. We'll see how it goes. So, anyway, usually this card is like a sort of Lesson of Icarus card a lot of times, or even just like getting a more unrealistic, sort of expansive view of your own import to like others. Like your sense of self is far inflated beyond that of what others perceive it to be, and so they're not as inclined as maybe you is just like an imaginary person. It's not any, I'm not like talking about any person in particular. I'm sure you could apply this description to many people, but I'm just saying that in my little story, this person is so full of themselves, and it's like everyone else is like, yeah, we got full a long time ago, and we decided we didn't want to get full. Actually, like, we were just like, not to our taste. But they don't realize that. And so, I mean, when you're like kind of that disregarding of other people, and there are times when other people's opinions do matter, like when you have to be in like a work situation and you have to get along, like you have to like not be children and be fighting and sniping and undermining each other, because to my way of thinking, if you're gonna go there and do something that you don't want to get up in the morning and go do, but you need to because you need to get paid money so you can live your life. That has always been kind of my attitude about like, I guess I don't have the best attitude about going out and working, except I will go on to say, if I'm going to get up in the morning and I know someone's going to pay me, I will go there and do my freaking job. I'll do what's expected of me, and I'll even like do the best I can. Why not? Like, why? I'm not going to go there and be like, I'm going to do the worst job I possibly can. I actually want this job, even if I don't like it. It's like sometimes you have to deal with stuff that you don't like, and then when you can move beyond those circumstances to something you do like better, then you do that. But in the meantime, you don't go into the place all big-headed and thinking you're all that and the world can't live without you, and talking about, yeah, I'm going to just show up like an hour and a half late, like half drunk. Whoopsie. Hi. My phone turned into Dennis Rodman. Did a giant flop. Or not my... Well, yes, my phone did, because it is precariously placed just below this light that is just... Hi. Can you help a little bit? Can you be a better partner in this process? Oh, goody. Let's see, that's kind of in the way. Okay, more things falling could happen. Where was I? Ah, yes. So you're just like, not just in like this job situation that I'm dreaming of, but like everywhere you go, your inflated sense of self or ego or worth, which to me always indicates if you're blowing it up that big and talking about it and talking yourself up and constantly like self-promoting like desperately, it just makes me feel like, wow, how do you really feel on the inside? Oh, God. You know, I can't help but notice that every time, oh, come on now. I start getting into those unfortunate areas of personality, but that's kind of what ends up happening. Okay, can you stay? Nope, not even for a second. Oh, hold on a second. You don't need to see it here with my frustration. Okay, it should be secure for at least 30 seconds. Anyway, yeah, I mean, you can't really live your life like that, like without the consideration of other people. Wouldn't be other people and the whole rest of the world for someone like this. They don't understand that, contrary to what they may believe, the world does not exist for them to just use and abuse. It's everyone's playground. So there needs to be a level of cooperation if there's going to be like ultimate participation of everyone. When you're inconsiderate and you don't even think of having a consideration for anyone else or a compassion for anyone else who might come to some sort of unfortunate turn of events due to something directly linked to whatever you're doing. I mean, it's like a landmine, you know, or you're radioactive, like everywhere you go, chaos and like dis-ease follows you. And eventually it gets, you know, patient zero. Because they're, like I was saying, the more inflated the ego and self-promotion and the insistence of their superior qualities over like everyone, I just don't buy it. It's like, who are you trying to convince so hard? Because people that are actually that way, they don't feel the need to do that. So that is what I usually get from this card, and I guess there was some reason to go through all of that today. But what I wanted to say about it, the impression I got in the first place, was based also on what I've been feeling for the past couple of days, and also what I know is happening to add to that feeling immensely, I might add, is that this could also be the picture of elation, and the golden globe could be the representation of this. There are, like, and this is according to our ET friends, the Arcturians, and I know I said in my last video I was going to add the link after, and then I ended up falling asleep and kind of hours later realized, oh, I need to try and add that link. And so I tried to find where I had it written down, because I thought I did, like, which link, and I can't find the notes. So I think I have to go back and, like, watch it, and God, I hope it's not long. I don't want to leave that blank, but I might have to. Anyway, where was I? Oh, so yeah, our ET friends, the Arcturians in particular, if I can remember, I know which video this is, and I know where it is, I just saw it before I started doing this, talked about how they well, I mean, I would suggest you watch it. I don't want to tell you what all's in it, except that they interact with us, a lot of us, you know, with our willing participation when we're asleep, or perhaps in deep meditation if we're at that level of, like, shutting down all of the outside, you know, noise. And, well, some people, apparently, you know, don't do it, don't get into quite where. Anyway, they interact with those of us that are willing, like, when we're asleep. So, what they also are doing is helping, like, other groups like the Pleiadians and many ET groups that we just, some names we know, some we don't. I'm not going to go through them. But they're all sending, like, positive love energy to help us have it, feel it, experience, be, like, drenched in it, like, drowning in it. Like, hey, there's also this option, and none of what I said, like, any way that I said that it's affecting us, is, those terms are almost meaningless, because if you're drowning in this energy, you're full of life and love and alive. You're not, like, dead and dying, and although that's not necessarily a bad thing, but that's a whole other conversation. But I just feel like I had been feeling the energies anyway. And, oh, it's not just her that was, or them that was talking about. Also, Kalina Molnar, when she was talking about the February energies coming in. Well, she was talking about something else, but it's all, there's energies coming in, is the point. And I've been feeling them, and what I've been feeling is, like, my spirits are way up, my level of clarity in a lot of things is increased, thank goodness. Never hurts to have more clarity. And just, like, enjoyment of life is enhanced, you know, like, the time I'm spending with my cat is, I always love spending time with my cat. I get all into my cat, like, how he looks, his personality, how smart he is, playing with him, talking to him, hanging out with him. I mean, I'm into my cat, and it's enhanced, like, even more, and that's actually possible. I don't care if you believe it or not, I'm just saying, for me it's the case, and my creativity has opened up, and, like, I'm firing on, like, all of the cylinders, and it's because I feel so happy and good. Isn't that amazing? So I feel like this is a representation of that, and the Golden Globe is, like, all of the energies coming in and vibrating all of that love and light. Sorry for rolling the cornball all over you, but that's the way it is. Apparently, allegedly. So, as far as the other card, what I said by some perhaps paranoid person, or fearful maybe, and I'm not saying that as like a put down at all. I mean, I guess it could be unnerving to see someone saying things I'm saying like they're absolutely serious, which I absolutely am. Like, I believe they're true. I have reason to believe it's true. It's nothing I can pull out and unfold and show you like a piece of paper, but you don't have to believe it, you know. But I'm just saying, I'm cognizant of how nutty it might sound if you're not open to any of what I'm saying. So, having said that, the energy is coming in and being fearful of what I'm saying. It's not an invasion. It's not a takeover. They're not gonna, it's not to serve man cookbook. It's being serving each other. Like, what we are going through on our world, like the good stuff, they're enhancing it, making it more enjoyable, like making all of the good things about it more enticing in a way that you're like, I would so much rather be in this column of life, choosing light, love and light, happiness, joy, easily accessible, really. I mean, well, let me qualify that. Easily accessible if it's what you want and you are ready for it as well, because a lot of stuff that I'm not going to go into right now. But the spider and the web generally, and in this case, can be, oh, my cat's throwing himself at the door. He's going to have to wait. I'm almost done here. Generally means, if you want to interpret it, like right off the bat, it would be like the spider in the middle is constructing a plan, like a web that could represent time, events radiating outward, important nodal points and cardinal points and immutable points. To be clear, not immutable, because I know that kind of ran together. Mutable, as in they can change, as opposed to a cardinal point, which is not going to do the changing thing. For reasons, it is part of the plan, as is the love and the light radiating in, and if we let it, making us feel good for a change, and it's okay. It's not going to hurt anything. And that's why it's okay to surrender. Oops, no, he can't see it. Surrender. Can we both get in the picture here? Surrender to the energies coming in, because they're being sent to help. It's part of the plan. And if you have a spider phobia, they're actually like okay. I know they're like freaky looking, and if they get on you and start walking around, they feel kind of weird, but they're not immediately biting you and doing bad things to you. They don't have to represent like darkness or evil or anything like that. It's like, just take into consideration, if it hasn't done anything to you, maybe don't give power to the idea that it will or that it's bad. And I would say, as long as I'm forcing advice on people, I would say take that to heart, because just about everything can be like looked at or dealt with in that way if you have the presence of mind to do so. And I'm not saying it's easy, and I'm not saying I succeeded at all the time, but I have been working on it. I'm aware of it, and sometimes I do succeed at it, and boy, every time I do, woo! I'm sky dancing, I'm all happy. And that ain't bad. Who's that gonna hurt? So, short and sweet. Thank you and good night.